Yo, hey, what's going on? Good morning, everyone. So, I'm just going to do a market review for this morning. Um, this is the Nasdaq, and I'm going over the Nasdaq because this is what I trade every day. Um, as you can see, we're still bearish, um, and I want to let y'all know always focus on your higher time frame. So, what allows me to see these market maker models, it's always coming off of the higher time frame. So if you know where the market's going on the higher time frame, that's how you can gauge your market maker buy models, your market maker sell models. It's very easy to look at what high, what low you want to target. So always focus on your higher time frame. My higher time frame's usually always the 1 hour time frame. So I just want to do a recap. Um, Remember, we always focus on time-based liquidity. That's why they're called time cycles, right? So your previous day high, previous day low, previous week high, previous week's low. So that's why it's PXH, and then your PX low, right? Top right, bottom right. So the market is always going to do this. Um, it'll take the liquidity, right? And then you'll see your market maker sell model or vice versa. You'll target the lows, right? So we sweep the highs and we're going to want to target the lows. So this is your previous month high, previous week high, previous day high, previous session high, previous 90-minute cycle highs, and then these are all the lows, okay? So always see price this way. Um, let's go over what we're currently looking at. So I have this highlighted as white is your previous month high. So usually when we target a high, we want to look at a low. So what's the previous month low? Previous month low is all the way down here. This is the previous month low. So we sweep. Order flow is changing. How do you know when order flow is changing? Everything you look at the left side. What's being disrespected? We're closing below other PDRAs on the left side, right? They're getting respected. So order flow doesn't change until we start closing above uh, other PDRAs. So you see how this is a Tuesday. This is a Tuesday low right here. You see this? This is a Tuesday low. Look how we retrace, we rebalance, and then we keep going lower. You see that? So what's the low hanging fruit? The low hanging fruit here is Wednesday's low. Okay, you could have looked for some shorts right here. Shorts. Even if you had a short here, you can target this as a low. So whenever you take shorts, this is your hourly, right? So I mean, you can take short here, target this low, target this low. You would have at least taken this low, and if you would have keep holding, you could have taken another partial here somewhere. We're retracing back up. Um, so today, you see this big old fair value gap on the hourly, right? So we want to stay below this, right? Or at least below this previous day low. Okay, so we can keep going up. We can retrace. We can see for some type of form of liquidity sweep. I'm gonna zoom. in a little bit. I'm gonna go to the 15 minute. So in the 15 minute, you can see our time cycles here, right? So we have Asia, London. So normally, what I look at is we want to sweep a previous 90-minute cycle or either a session cycle. Once we sweep it on the higher time frame, we want to look for some form of SMT. So I'm consistently looking at the YM or ES. We look for an SMT. We drop down to our 1 minute time frame. Right? We look for whatever SMT, right? And then we look for, let's say we sweep during a time of interest, and we look for a short. We target low hanging fruit, which it could be this. This is all consolidation, if you can see. So we can look for low hanging fruit, right? And then you can hold runners for other 90-minute cycles. And then this is London lows. You can target London lows. But yeah, I mean this usually how I look at that's how I hold my trades. So um yeah, I mean everything's still looking bearish, so let me zoom back out. I don't I don't start looking uh not that I don't look for longs, but right now we're still below this SIBI here. So right now we can retrace as long as we're still in here. I will look for these lows as my low hanging fruit. So that low, I would target this low as sell side. And the only time where I will look for some type of long, it's and it's not going to be I'm gonna hold along for all time highs or something, right? Not until there's CSD. Right now there is on the higher time frame there is no CSD right now, right? So if I would look for a long, it would just be a quick scalp, right? So let's say we missed a short and then we already targeted these lows here. NQ took them, but ES and the Dow Jones have not taken these lows. Then you have that hourly SMT, right? And if it happens during a time of interest and we sweep like a previous day low, if we sweep a previous day low and then there's SMT, then if it happens during the time of interest and you see SMT on the lower time frame and then you see CSD on the lower time frame, sweep previous 90-minute cycles or sessions or a previous day, then there is a probability where you can catch a retracement. Because I mean, technically, it would just be a retracement on the higher time frame, and then on the lower time frame, you're catching a 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 or just a quick scalp. So um, leave anything in the comments if you want me to go over anything. Yeah, this is just a brief market review, and I'll see you next time.